Hey guys, you doing? Are y'all ready? Yeah. Literally, today I'm gonna do men's mental health, right? Because it's men's mental health. And with it being men's mental health month, we want to make sure that we have male guests here. So today we actually have our guest here with us, Philly.
It's your man, City of God's Philly. Tap into the brand. Big shouts out to Youth Voice Podcast. It's Men's Mental Health Month. We're going to get into this a little bit. Y'all go ahead and let them know what's going on. Thank you for having me.
Of course, no problem. So before we even get into it, we want you to tell them about City Philly.
All right, man, listen. Check this out, man. My name is City of God's Philly. I wear a number of hats. I delve into media, recording, visual recording, audio as well. What else does it? Podcasting, hosting, everything. Right. Anything that where it comes to the medium of media, whether it's the camera, whether it's the podcasting, whether it's the show hosting, whether it's the event coordinating, I'm your guy for that. And I also just started a brand new company called Culture House Films. I delve into AI. I'm the first person on the East Coast to introduce AI to Baltimore City for real and marketing promotion. I've been doing that for the past 30 days. Hold on.
Past 30 days for a month straight, you've been
consistent, man. I'm actually 2 months in of consistency. So much so that like I'm reaching far beyond what I could reach.
Okay, we're excited to hear that, and hopefully we can see more of it and have you on here again. And you know, when you come back, we're gonna see how consistent you've been. Hopefully, it's been like 90 days straight.
Yeah, I'm like, why'd you tech like that? I need a 90-day run, man.
Right, you're not playing.
Okay. And y'all already know our other two guests. They've been on the podcast before.
But go ahead, y'all. Make sure y'all shout yourself out. Who are you?
Let's start.
Who's start first?
Yes.
You.
I'm Malachi. I'm an ambassador of YSL. I'm 18. I live in Maryland. I'm also the host of Chopping It Up podcast. Y'all pretty much already know me. And
you're the host of Chopping It Up podcast. Can you just like real quick give us your intro?
What would be our intro? Let's chop it up. That's exactly what we said.
I think their outro was not like. I think their outro was really what it was.
Yes. Okay. And then we have Mr. in the Glasses.
Mr. in the Glasses. That's great.
Yes. Are you going to introduce yourself? Your name?
Of course. Thank you so much. My name is Jalil Liverman. I also go by Mr. J. I do many things. I am a serial entrepreneur along with a self-published author. And the way I know Sika is through Dream Big Inferno. I am the peacemaker and founder of a youth-led organization. Our goal is to give back by bridging the gap between generations, along with giving the youth the infrastructure and foundation they need to succeed in today's society. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you. So we got 3 strong men up here to join us to speak about our topic today, because how can we check in on our males if we don't have males here to help us do it, right?
Hey, thanks for having us.
Of course.
So let's get into it. So we're Youth Voice Podcast, our Wednesday Wellness Connects. And let's also thank Yar for being a sponsor. So, all right, let's get into it. So, why men's mental health matters. Y'all already know that when it comes to men's mental health, we don't really ask y'all questions, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all just like cruise on and we don't really go into the details for that. That's why we have this episode today. It's Men's Mental Health Month, but also it is time for us to actually hear what the men have to say.
Exactly. And I know we don't want to get into it too much, but I know everybody's been seeing what's been going on with the DDG and Hallie stuff and all of that. And, the outsiders are going to be very biased to what they think is going on, what the truth is, since they feel as though the female spoke out first, she's the right one or he's completely wrong. I feel like everyone deserves the chance to be innocent until proven guilty, right? Mm-hmm. Like, isn't that fair, right? And for men, I feel like a lot of the time you look at them especially a black male, you look at them, they're guilty before innocent. They're a suspect before they're a victim. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like men's mental health, and then this topic, especially for this month, is very important.
No, for real. Men's mental health, mental health in general, but specifically men's mental health is very important to me because it's kind of hard for most men to express themselves in a way where they're not judged upon their emotions. You know, being a man is in this world, it's like you gotta put your emotions to the side and keep moving. You know what I mean? But at some point, we have to do that self accountability and check because it'll build up. And when it builds up anxiety, stress. These types of measures will cause damaging situations in any relationship that you're probably in, if he's in one. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know, it's important, man. It's something that more than we need to talk about. Something that we need to act about. So.
Exactly. I like that. What about you two guys up there?
Malachi, Jalil.
Me personally, it definitely does affect me because a lot of men in my life, like we mostly talk about a lot of things, but not a lot of about mental health. And I feel like there's a lot that I went through emotionally so much that I had to just swallow up, and it was so draining just to keep it down. But like, and it takes like so long to actually learn about mental health. Like it takes way too long because it's not like a thing that we're mostly taught, but. I definitely agree. Like men's mental health to me matters a lot.
Okay.
I definitely agree. It started off young for me. I tried to open up one time. I got shut out, not intentionally, of course, but once I got shut out, I gave up. And since then, that was the main reason behind my anger issues. I never had a true sense of relieving or someone there. So I just lashed out on others that didn't deserve it. So I learned early how to control it.
Yeah. Hey, yo, bro, reach out though. Don't fear. Just don't let the one time stop you. You know, because that's what we're really looking for is that one no, just so we can just keep going on the way we've been going on. But I feel like, bro, just take the opportunity and step up. Sorry, lady.
No, you're
Right.
good.
This is what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Step up, man.
I read something where it was like, to create safe spaces, you need more purposeful groups. This is not a let's circle around and hold each other's hands, but let's circle around and give each other the opportunity to express what we've been holding in or what we have been or where we have not been given the opportunity to express. So I feel like every point y'all are hitting is very true. And me as a female, I am the oldest, but I have two little brothers, and I have an older brother. He's the oldest, but after that, it's me. So my two little brothers, I see how it is for them, and like, how it is when it's the older big brother and the little sister, they want to be the protector. That's how I am. Like, I want to be the protector of my little brothers, you know what I mean? But my little brothers, they have this natural sense of like protective women, right? So even though I'm the oldest,
they still feel like they gotta honor and protect you. It's wild.
Exactly.
I made a statement. I just put a post on my Instagram yesterday. I did about like 2,500 in like a couple of hours, and I'm like, wow. I thought it was negative, but then I watched it again. I had sequenced it. The lady said, why do black men raise their sons to take care of their mother as if they're the husband of the mother? It's not that we do that. It's not that we put our sons to take care of their mother. We're putting them in a position, if something happened to me, mommy gonna be all right. This is your first mother. This is your first woman in your whole life, which you should honor and protect, But the lady was saying it like it was a bad thing, but I look at it like this, like men, that's our job. We help us. We protect us. And being protectors and help us, we forget to help and protect ourselves. You know what I mean? And one of those ways is mental. We letting people say and do anything. We letting things go and let it build up inside. These things, if you don't just act on them immediately or accordingly, can cause tremendous damage in your own personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to ramble on, but I just wanted to say that, like, it's wild that y'all sitting here telling me about men protecting women, and some women feel like, what are we doing?
Everything is like a sign, right? Because I was talking to Kendra, like, it's crazy, this happened, and I just did this. But everything is just a build-up so that you could go back and to pull it into this moment right now where it was needed, and it made you reflect and look at it. You thought you were looking at it in a one perspective, and then you went back and thought about it, and this is the perspective you really got from it. So like stuff like this more and more you guys are showing is very important for men because you guys do have a voice that's just been silenced and dismissed. So
I really understand this, especially because in May, my grandpa had passed away like on the 16th, and for that, I didn't want to do anything. I was really down. I didn't want to speak to anybody. But I had a lot of males in my life step up. My boyfriend stepped up. I made sure that I wasn't thinking about it, especially because I had just cried the day before and broke down. My cousins, each of them calling, checking on me because they know how important it was. Because even when my grandpa was alive and he visited Baltimore, he would treat my cousins like they're his grandsons and all that.
mm-hmm.
So literally, when it came to another time, instead, my cousin's father's death date is on the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure to check in for him. I was busy, and I knew I couldn't find a way. I was about to find a way down to go get him his shoes because nobody else was in the house, and I'm the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make sure that even though y'all males be there for us, especially a lot, we give it back.
Y'all do. And I commend y'all. Right now, y'all giving back. Ladies, y'all doing a tremendous job over here at Youth Voice.
Thank you. And I think that's something okay, you had spoken something about it being you had said okay, the lady, she said something about men and catering to their mom.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I feel like if it's not that, it's the other way around. It's I don't want to say it, but from my perspective, it be seeming like men cannot win.
Yeah.
It be feeling like.
But it's okay. That's we born with that. That's the thing that it's never going to change because that's our thing. Y'all thing is, yes, y'all thing is raising children and bearing children, and they women are man, y'all can't have no baby. Y'all don't know what a woman go through. That's the thing. We don't know what you go through, just like y'all don't. But the thing about it is, the older we get and moving on with the same mentality, if you're not checking it, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to get out of order. This is why a lot of what they call them YNs, these young kids run around here doing all types of wild stuff, and older men as well too, because their mental ain't right. And a lot of people walking around here untreated, undiagnosed for years, and we just functioning mental issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree, and then I felt well, Malachi and Jalil, do you guys want a picture real quick?
Yeah, holla at Monica. What's up, Camille?
What's up, man? Hey, I wanted to touch on that too. When it comes to YNs or just youth that are out trying to hustle, a lot of them, majority of them are actually youth. And I always thought it was weird how majority of youth are sleazy boys, but a lot of people label them as YNs, young brothers. You know what I mean? But really, they just trying to hustle. They don't know. They need guidance, but a lot of times we don't give guidance. Even when our young men are trying to give back, maybe support their family, support themselves, because they don't know when the next meal coming.
Right.
I personally felt like them one point in time in my life.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like with the guidance that they're giving, it's the wrong guidance. You know what I'm saying? Where you be like, oh yeah, bro, you can sell this, you get it back in probably 2 weeks, and you ain't supposed to be selling that, but it's just a way easier way to get money. So they oh yeah, they try to instill the fact that if you do this, it's more easier, and that's why they're labeled YNs. They're not trying to be in that life. They're trying to get money.
That term is derogatory, yo. For real.
Exactly.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all keep getting up. But that's great.
Okay, let's go on. Good.
Oh shit! No, I'm screwed up. I got you.
Let's get into the percentages though.
All right, so those stats right there show the amount that men are more suicidal than women. And I don't know. If I'm thinking about it before I saw the statistic, I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't think men are more suicidal than women. I would think women are because of our emotions.
Right.
But when you say it, you think, okay, well, if you are so emotional and you're able to express them, why why aren't you able to keep going? But it's like if you're keeping them inside, it's like you're bottling all that in. And that makes more sense, right? To like not saying any cause is a good cause, but not being able to express yourself and feeling like you're in a box and you're dismissed. I feel like it's a little bit more. You would rather hear that than to say, well, I told everyone why and how I felt, even after expressing it, even after hearing it myself, I still felt this way. I feel like kind of what you said, men, or just in general, we have to do more in taking accountability, right?
No, but I like where you're going at with this, because the young brother mentioned it earlier, how he expressed himself, got shot down, and then never opened up again. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to get a little bit of therapy. Yeah. A lot of bit of therapy. It's okay. You know what I mean? I'm 45, so I want to tell all you young kids, it's okay. You want to get this age. You hear me? Wise, healthy, and happy. You know what I mean? But you said something too I wanted to talk about, just harp on it. And if I could rewind my mind a little bit, apologies if I can't. But I'm gonna just move on. I feel like you was talking about suicide. So that's another thing. I don't think suicide is directed to any gender. You know what I mean? It's not about who dies more. It just happens because people aren't able to either get diagnosed, either medication, or even just have a simple conversation about what they're going through. You know what I mean? Like I've personally had family members who committed suicide. And I think this was out of love, and it was out of he had a disorder. We didn't find that out till he was gone. After he got rid of himself, it was like we found out, he suffered from depression for years. So it made sense to why he did the things he did throughout his life.
I agree. Also on Jade, a lot of times males, even myself, don't have a chance to, in other words, lash out. And when they do, it's because they held in so much anger, and then it's directed at a person. When I mean lash out, I mean 2 years ago, I went to a room. It was a place that was broken down. I was right in there, and I just started breaking things. And it was okay. I had permission.
And it's release. That's good. So what you needed was
release. Exactly, because I had so much control, and when I was breaking stuff, I dropped to the ground in tears because I realized how much I had really on my shoulders. I found out who I was that day. Real.
Okay. That is some crazy reflection. Not crazy in a bad way, but that's just some serious reflection right there. Like, he made his own record. Yeah, you found your own coping mechanism, right? And I feel like everybody's first step to like healing or trying to get better is finding what works for them, because no, therapy does not work for everybody. There are some people who don't, not saying communicate and talking in general, but it is completely uncomfortable for them to talk about their feelings. And they are the type who I can kind of control my emotions to a certain extent. I just need this form of release. This could be my form of therapy, but sitting down and talking to somebody it's not enough. And I think some people think therapy is enough, but it's not. Therapy can only do so much for you because you have to do the rest yourself.
What I can say though is it's a start.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, for sure. It definitely is a start. I feel like therapy helps with self-reflection, because the therapist, from what I noticed, they ask a bunch of questions as to why. And that gets you starting to thinking and breaking down the situation and thinking about, okay, why did I say this? Okay, this person did this to me, that's why. So now, after having that conversation with the therapist, you realize some of your triggers. And without that therapist, you wouldn't have been able to self-reflect and break those things down and realize your triggers. Now that you know your triggers, after talking to this therapist, you get around certain people, you should, but that therapist have guided you to be able to communicate, look, this is a trigger for me. Please don't do this around me, or please don't say this around me because it makes me feel this way. Instead of you lashing out in a negative way, cussing, hurting, or doing anything,
substance use.
Yeah, you have stated your boundaries. And you learned that from talking to your therapist. And that's how it just goes to show, like, it's a 50-50 part. Yes, you're consuming the knowledge on how to do it, but you have to actually put it into the play, or else therapy was for nothing.
It's wild, man. I'm sitting here with y'all talking about mental health and all this. Yo, I had my first anxiety attack 2 days ago, right? I never had one in my life. And I wasn't even I don't think I was stressed at the moment, but it scared me. I thought I was having a heart attack. I had to rush to the hospital and all that. And it just realized that it made me realize that I need to slow down and like a little bit more physically and mentally, right? You know, I carry a lot of weight on my shoulders about things that I don't normally how to address. So say if me and you friends and you my friend, but you're making me feel some type of way, instead of me just having that conversation with you, I'm gonna be mad about it in my mind and just keep moving on because I feel like having that conversation makes me weak. You feel me? So it's like going to that point. Just the conversation sometimes the society make us feel that we're weak for having it. And I want to ask, are we weak for having a conversation?
Absolutely not.
That's why I try to make sure that anybody that like I know, like I'll even if like they don't say anything wrong, you can see it by the little actions. I'll actually be like, we can actually talk. Like make sure that anything is open. I don't care what it is. It can hurt my feelings, but still at least like say it. Like one person had told me that they didn't feel like no one is really trying to listen to them or is here for them. Like that did hurt, but at the end of the day, their feelings are valid.
Their feelings are valid, yes.
That's true. Oh, and I also feel the same way because I had my first anxiety attack in my sophomore year of high school. So with that, I understand how what you're saying. You thought your heart really had a heart
It
attack.
was somebody was pressing on my chest. I couldn't swallow. I never felt this feeling in my life, but you know. I'm sorry.
It's really hard. You really think that something like the worst is happening, and nobody is with when they're there with you. You're like not thinking about them at all. You're just like, oh my god, something's not right.
Even if they be like, look, think about this way, you think about this way, but like you go right back to it, right? Like I was at college, and I think this was a panic attack, but I went to the hospital, and it was like you got something called like sinus of rhythm, where your heart beats faster sometimes or slower sometimes. But that day, I think my teacher told me I was about to be on like probation for school, and my heart was just
stressing out.
Yes, but it wasn't just that. Like I was
everything.
I was really going through a lot in my relationship. So that plus school, I swear to you, like I don't even remember. Like my cousin told me I passed out. I don't even remember passing out.
Yeah, I mean you did. Let me ask you girls a question though. How do you deal with the men in your life, your significant other? Sound like you guys have a relationship.
No.
Well, you been in a relationship?
Yeah.
So how do you if you have been hear me out. If you have been or are currently in one, was it what were some of the challenges with dealing with your mate in their mental state?
Ooh, I think some challenges was like not in this one, but in any relationship I had, they wouldn't actually talk. Like, and you know how you'll be talking to someone and like it can go in one ear and not the other. It's like you're talking to no offense to anybody, but your parent. It's like that. But with the relationship I'm in now, I will say sometimes I'm real stubborn. And bull-headed. And I do overreact sometimes, and I don't want to talk, and I try to just leave, get away, because I know me. I am a little bit of a hothead, and sometimes, depending on it, I could just say something real slick, and just like
you're not making it sound good, bro.
No, she's digging a hole right now. So I feel sorry for you, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like you making us like wait.
But it's more like besides digging a hole, because sometimes I'll do that. He makes sure that I actually talk, and we talk about stuff no matter what. We're honest about everything, past
so
and
great
future.
communication.
Yeah, sounds like that man is a little bit more emotionally intelligent than you.
Are you guys looking for emotional intelligence?
I'm just saying because you know how they say women are more emotionally intelligent, but if he's coming to you, helping you break it down to how.
Who said y'all was more emotionally whatever? What you say? Intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent meaning like I don't know. I think I said that.
I'm about to say who said y'all women are? You said it because that's a lot.
Yeah, I am.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. They mentally retarded.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot.
That's all good.
But I wanted to read this really quickly before because just like you said, society and this right here. I got this from it's from a university and they was talking about mental health, but for men. And they said this remains unaddressed, that men's mental well-being it keeps prevailing because of the societal narrative surrounding masculinity. It often inhibits men from acknowledging and confronting their emotional challenges. Traits like strength, emotions, or resilience, and things like that are typically associated with masculinity. And then people say that if you're not strong enough, or if you're not paying all the bills, you aren't presented as being a man, and that limits men from wanting to seek help in therapy
100%.
because of the consequences that they will receive from society.
Mm-hmm.
And
our
that just
society, your people, your woman.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not the type of person. Like in a relationship, in my past relationship, I feel like I was like overcompensating. That means like I feel like if I'm using it in the right term, like I was trying too hard to push something, and it was just like, you know what I mean? Like it was like
You were giving and giving and giving.
yes, but it was like the other person weren't like it was,
or whatever you was getting.
yeah. I don't think the person understood it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you don't understand it, how can you reciprocate it?
You can't.
So forget compensating. It was more so the reciprocating. So my thing was I kept trying and trying and trying, but after I realized, okay, if the person's not going to be able to do what they don't understand, you're begging at that point, right?
Yeah.
So it was just that, like I just, you know what I mean?
But going back to what you were saying, yeah, the stigma of what a man is supposed to be, which is crazy because a lot of people who say that never saw a man. They never saw a man in their house with their moms. They never been raised by a man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So how dare you say what a man is? I understand you're saying what you think a man is, but I'm gonna tell you what a man is. A man is human. A man is vulnerable. A man is sometimes sad, sometimes happy. A man can be uncontrollable and be controlled at the same time. You know what I mean? A man is one to take care of not only himself and respect himself and others, he take care of his family. He protects his family and others. You know what I'm saying? Outside.
Okay.
You know?
I feel like the only stigma I put on men is being very moralized. Like, meaning not in beliefs like spiritually, but you have beliefs that you stand by and you model. Like I feel like not that's what a man is, but that is a part of being a man.
Being a man. I love that. Yo, y'all here, not y'all here, y'all. Yeah.
Look, my relationship should have
went great. She gonna make a good wife one day, yo. Y'all better treat my niece right, yo.
Thank you. Clap that right there, yeah.
Jaleel and Malachi, do y'all agree though? Or do y'all have a different opinion? Jaleel over there laughing.
Jaleel, tell it all. You think men are more emotionally intelligent than men?
Women.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, no, it depends on circumstance. Excuse me, that was just too fast. It depends. Don't laugh. It depends on the circumstances. When I say men are more emotionally intelligent, usually the man seems to be more fallen for the.
Wait, I think emotionally compelled is a better word. Like men are more emotionally compelled, meaning they're able to control their emotions more than females. Females, okay, y'all got it.
You have to in this world.
Yeah.
Sure, I agree. And that being said, I also believe men understand what they're going through fast. They just don't allow themselves to let it out and to actually discuss it. So they never get to the solution, only dig themselves into a deeper hole. And that's what I mean by men are emotionally in tune with themselves. They just don't let it out to get help or to help themselves.
I don't want to say intelligent, but I can say we're a little bit more emotionally responsible.
Okay.
Because we're not afforded the opportunity to act on our emotions and come back from it. A lot of people who do that end up doing life in jail, or they did. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Oh, comment.
Let's go to the comments, y'all. Here at Youth Voice Podcast.
Oh, I don't think Malachi went real quick. The bus. Sweet.
See, I like the topics that I hit on, and like, I definitely do feel like
more time for the guys because they definitely are opening up and telling, like giving us the scoop, and y'all are letting us know that we're doing a good job at like paying attention to y'all, and more so trying to understand men more. So Let's get into this next slide.
Naya, real quick.
Alive, by the way, guys.
Yes.
Malachi was on the topic real quick. He wanted to say final words.
No, you're okay.
Thanks.
So I feel like the term emotionally intelligent is kind of weird. Like when I hear emotionally intelligent, I'd be like, "What you mean by that?" Because there could be multiple terms to emotionally like you have the emotion to stop yourself from doing something, or you have the emotion to actually understand your partner. I feel like you wouldn't be emotionally intelligent if you understand the person by like I feel like that's just knowing patterns. So I feel like men are more emotionally intelligent because women notice patterns. Like women notice things that a man goes through. Like they'll notice when I'm down, or they'll notice when I'm like just like I'm just off a little bit. I feel like women know more patterns than men, but I feel like men are more emotionally intelligent onto the fact of like we just can handle our emotions way better.
So I get, which when you highlight that, I can see why people like society say women assume a lot because I feel like women are observers because of the fact that they have kids and children. You know what I mean?
That intuition.
Exactly. You have to be able to pay attention, observe, and
Y'all know we got intuition too, though. Right?
recognize behaviors. I feel like society has made it seem like men have more intuition when it comes to the streets, and women have more intuition when it comes to their kids and somebody cheating. Like I feel like society has painted that picture like that. But for real, we both men and women have the intuition to be able to recognize the same behaviors and patterns over and over again. Especially if you're coming in from work and you usually stay high and usually have all this energy, but this time you don't. You want to make sure you're okay. Do you have a bad day at work? Or like those type of things. If you are a emotional, intelligent person, you would be able to be what is it called? Socially aware and be able to recognize that your partner is down, sad, mad. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah, being a male, that's the only thing I know how to be. I'm gonna tell you, like, it's that responsibility of being emotional is crazy because sometimes you have to bottle your emotions up so you won't mess up a situation as a man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can't nag or pick too much because they'll in our world they'll say you act like a female.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it's kind of true. It's kind of not. It's one of them gray line areas things. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
What y'all got for me?
Let's move on to the next slide real quick, and after it, we can answer a question that we got. But first, do y'all check in on the males in your lives? And for y'all, should we be making sure to check in more often with y'all?
Can I go first on that topic?
Yeah.
I do try to check on my peoples, especially today. Today is a hard day. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but today is the day I lost my grandmother. So, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I feel
no,
sad and
I'm
everything.
sorry. I'm happy that you're okay. I'm happy that you're
happy. Appreciate you.
Sorry.
Yeah, because I've been saying that more and more. Like something happened to like one of my friends, and I think it was like something like a sickness or something. And I was like, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm like, no, I'm happy that you're thriving through it. Because you're not like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for you. No, I'm happy that you're still here, that you're thriving through it. You're processing
stopping you.
Exactly.
Now, how old are you?
19.
Yo, your mama raised y'all right. Yo, I swear, yo, I wish my daughters sound like that, yo. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Malachi.
No, was Jaleel?
Jaleel, were you done?
No, I was just saying, that's for me, but I also had check on my father and my uncle because that's their mother. So I'm like, yeah, I checked on them. I checked my father. I'm gonna call my uncle. I did slip my mind. But as far as the other question, should we be making sure to check in more often? Just be there. To be honest, I hate when people ask, "Are you okay?" Especially women, because y'all know best when we're not. So let's not waste time with that question. Just be here. A lot of times,
what would you rather hear? What would you rather hear?
To be honest, I don't
You're great.
nothing.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
That helps. Don't get me wrong. That helps. Just
Thank
being here that's the main thing for me. Like I just let me know that you're here for me, and I don't gotta keep working responsibilities in my head. Hug. A simple hug will clear my mind of all the responsibilities I have on a day to
So,
day.
did you get any hugs today?
No.
And you're gonna get a virtual hug from us, bro. Hey.
Appreciate it.
Ah,
Billy, this old, and he not afraid to give another man physical touch. See, like these YNs. It's like,
It's a Y-enery.
you hugging that man? You
Yeah.
weird. Why you
Yeah,
all
you
hugging
already
that?
know.
What you doing?
I tell my friends I love you. Hey, yo, Snacks, I love you. Mashari, I love you. You feel me? We be on the phone and my bro say that. You don't feel uncomfortable, but I understand. Some people never been told I love you. You know what I mean? So it's a different story.
Right.
But my man up there, what you got to say?
I do check in on the dudes in like my life because I know how much I go through. Like, even though like I might not go through it as often as other people on a daily basis, but I feel like when people just get quiet and they just like back out, I just like, yo, bro, you cool, bro? And then they be like, yeah. I'd be like, yo, you trying to hang out or something? Because, like, it's kind of hard for you to be a dude and alone at the same time. Matter of fact, it's hard for anybody to be alone in a room just chilling by themselves. So I like to check on the people. I feel like we should check in more because there's a lot of other people I want to check in on. Like, a lot of people I want to make sure they're good for, make sure they're not feeling no type of way. But that's what I feel like.
okay. I know I'm a girl and all of that, guys, but I still make sure because I grew up with a whole bunch of boys on my mom's side. There's a whole bunch of them. Even though there's a whole bunch, girls still stronger somehow. It's just superhero gene or something in my family. But even before the podcast and everything, I was literally calling my brothers before this, and I always make sure, no matter what, to end the calls by saying I love you. Make sure that they know that because they
You ain't
probably
tell me
didn't hear it.
Second line.
I was gonna say, refresh the memory. I make sure I told my boyfriend I love him today because you don't know if somebody didn't hear that today. Always tell them. It makes them feel special.
That is a great way to look at that, Kendra, because like some people they'll look at you like, oh you're sensitive, oh you're a baby, oh you're but like you said, sometimes someone hasn't heard I love you in a week. I love you in a couple days or even a call. I'm just making sure you're good. I don't want nothing like, oh, for real? Like you'll be surprised when people like, you know what I mean, hear those type of things. And like I feel like I do check in on the males in my life. But like when I see that they're not giving in, I don't want to say I give up, but it's like I don't keep pressing it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, dang, like it makes me feel like I don't know what else to do. Because I could tell that there's something.
As long as you're
But
there.
y'all can't fix everything.
Yeah.
The fact that you being there is enough.
Yeah. So it's like with some of the people in my life, I try to do that, but I understand like you don't always have the answer. You know what I mean? Like they may be looking for something else to comfort them or whatever the case may be. And then my little brothers have taught me to be a little bit more gentle when it comes to men. Not only do I have two little black brothers, but I have two little brothers who one is on the spectrum and the other one has ADHD. And me as the oldest, that could be a lot for me. You know what I mean? And they love to be around me. I have a little sister as well. They all love to be in my room. You know what I mean? But it took me a minute to understand, like, when my little brother just come in my room out of nowhere and leave in my bed. This is his way of wanting to be around me. This is his way of showing me some love. You know what I mean? So it's like we have to adapt to other people's form of showing appreciation, showing love, and showing that they are there. You know what I mean? Because men do it in a different way, but if we don't understand that form, we'll look at it as like you're not there. You know? And I feel like men don't get enough props as they do for trying, especially with females.
And we were also asked, as men, how would you guys suggest better emotional handling skills.
Man,
Take a day for you to release.
To what?
To release. Take a day for you to release. If you need to get away from the world, do it. Release the pent up aggression, release the pain, release the tears, and just have a day where you don't got to stress. I know that's hard, but just do it. Also, on the check-in part, I make sure to check on my youth, but I also do make funny jokes like, yeah, just calm down. But I make sure I tell them I love them still.
oh yeah, man. So big shouts out to Sika, man. Make sure y'all follow the YouTube page, man. You Voice Podcast, man. Subscribe, like, and share. Tap all the way into the brand, man. When they looking for sponsorship, man. So if y'all got a couple dollars, holla. You hear me? But no, one way as a man to answer your question about how do we handle our
How as a man would you suggest better emotional handling?
Yo, transparency, communication, bro. You feel it, speak about it. You know what I mean? Certain stuff. I'm just talking about as far as friendships and anything. If somebody treating you a certain way, say something. You know what I mean? And figure it out. You know, we don't have to live like a mystery anymore. You know, find out who really around you, who really care about you. You know what I mean? As a man, I check that first. I got to check myself because you know if somebody doing something, they only doing what you allow them to do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that they doing something to you. You saw it coming. You let the red flags flag, and this is where we at. So self accountability is the number one answer I can give to that answer.
That is the realest response I have ever heard. Like I told myself that getting out of that situation I had, like, bro, you mad, you sad, you realizing what's going on, but you're still allowing it, and they can only do what you allow. You know what I mean? And that's what hurts the most because it's a little bit confusing from what it is that you want and what it is that you need to do for yourself. Like it gets like that.
Like you peeped it, but you didn't really move.
Exactly.
What's those comments over there?
Someone said, "I'm sorry for your loss for Jalil. As a man, how would you?" That's them just asking that question, and we haven't got a couple questions yet, but they'll start rolling in again. So.
Hey, Malachi, you're not escaping this, man. How do you feel?
Oh yeah, you too quiet over there.
Yo, I'm always quiet.
Oh wait, pause. You definitely did say something about people always love to, you said no, people don't like to always be in a room by themselves. I have always been in the house with my siblings, always been in the house watching them or just being in the house with them. I love being in the house. There is always always something going on in there. Or my brothers are always in my room, or we making some TikToks. Kimmy coming in my room. It's always something, you know.
Kidding. Shout out to Kimmy. I love you, Kimmy.
But for me, I just love being in the house. But it's okay. So I have a problem. Sometimes I'll have a problem like being in the house, in my house by myself. So I'll start house hopping for my friends, my boyfriend, and all that. Like,
at least you got that.
Right.
Listen, I go look at that.
No. I got like 2 friends, but I be with just family. And my cousins come over. I go to my cousin's house. Like it's literally just family.
I just make friends with people I went to middle school, people I went to high school, like different friends. Events sometimes that we go to, and I decide, the people that are really close and been friends for years, let's see where that location is. Where's that location?
Malachi, go ahead and answer that question for us.
Well, some ways I would suggest handling your emotions better is, I guess, finding your community. Because when I was I was 16 and I wanted to do MMA, I joined it. I started doing it with other people. I started fighting other people, and I realized it was just like we was all here for the same goal. And even though I didn't know them, I just knew I could confide with them. Like I could actually talk to them on a deeper level because it's like we're here for the same thing. And I don't have to be afraid to actually come out and speak. I can speak freely as I please. But that's truly my thing. If you find your community, I feel like you will find a better way to talk to other people and you can add them to your community.
Is that you with Wise Out?
Yeah, definitely wise out. Definitely.
I should just caught that for you.
YSL is actually the organization that he's with, and also they are
Young successful leader.
yes.
Young success. I like that. Young successful leaders. What, y'all like a rap group or something?
No, they're a podcast.
That's dope. Yo, big shout out to Young Successful Leader podcast, man. Tap into their
So
brand.
chopping it up, and they are also collaborating with us on some of the episodes that we did
For our
for
game
the game
night.
night.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know the big over here at Stigma, man. Y'all get my young.
Someone said being alone gives your thoughts space and opportunity to roam, and sometimes it may take a toll.
That's true. I feel like because I've been around people all my life, I've been the oldest, having responsibilities or having to always be around some type of kids and watching, paying attention. Like trying to be by myself was definitely hard. But I was never the type because I'm bored, like I would mix with stuff that wasn't genuine to me. Like you know how some people will be around fake friends because they're like, oh, I don't have no other friends.
Right.
Like, no, I will be by myself. I will, you know what I mean? Like I'm in my room, and people be like, I don't understand how you can stay in the house.
It's crazy.
I don't understand how you can be outside all the time. Like
I saw it. So looking at that joint that said it gives your mind a chance to roam and all that. I think being alone is good. I think you do need a moment to yourself because you take that time to yourself to reflect, to think. You know what I mean? You don't get that yes man thing. You don't get that person just because I love you, I'm gonna say this, or I don't want to hurt your feelings. You get to sit with yourself and sit with the truth. Then the thing is, don't sulk in it because then sulking in it can cause habits.
yeah,
Depression, anxiety. Anxiety be real bad. That's why I have my pen in my hand, guys.
It's
You
crazy,
fidgeting?
man. Truthfully, people see me, they think like, oh, this dude, like he's so happy, he must got it going on, he got a lot of energy. Yo, I'm being real honest with y'all right now. Like, I'm sad all the time. Like I'm really sad. Like I'm sad because I'm either thinking about bills, I'm either thinking about my mom, I'm thinking about my wife, my children. You know what I mean? And because my mom, she just beat cancer, my wife needed kidney. You know what I'm saying? My stepfather just died. It's like,
that's a
dang,
lot.
and you don't get to tell nobody this
Yeah.
stuff. But previously to all this happened last month, I'm really sad all the time. Like I'm not. I try to be happy. I try to show that, and because I have to put on a face for the world, that's what y'all see. But the inner me is sad and cries all the time. The inner me.
We thank you for showing up, especially because you are always here if we need any tips for podcasting and all that.
And regardless of just that, you are an amazing person. I feel like you be in the community. Your energy is spreading, and it's not a negative spread. It's a build, elevate. You want everyone to win. You're very appreciative and proud of everything. And I hope that same energy gets poured back into you because you deserve it.
Thank you.
And of course, no matter what you're going through, it don't make you. It don't make your family. I mean, you know what I mean? And it's good because you're not letting it break you. You know what I mean? You're here. You are able to acknowledge the conversation. You know, some people it gets so bad to the point where they're not able to like focus on anything else. You know, and if you're able to subside some deep emotions that you feel to lock in for someone else, that just shows a lot about your character. And no matter what, it just shows that you're going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going.
Oh, and someone said, by the way, anxiety is very scary and it isn't diagnosed all the time. And another thing I want to say for Billy is, you, even though you said all that and felt all that, you still be making sure to go out to the event, still be making sure to tap into the brand.
Hey, you know what it is, man. Hold up.
He's still like,
you still
can
making
see
your
all
videos.
that. You wouldn't even know that he's going through this because he still posts all the time and make sure to show out for everyone that invites him.
Your demons, and I say demons because it's the stuff that's like attacking you when you should be at your happy, when you should be at you flowing. They don't make you. You know what I mean? It's only a part of your story. You know what I mean? Like my mom told me one time, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. You know what I mean? And I think depending on the perspective you look at it, you always gonna rise above that adversity because you have that perspective. You know what I mean? Like, and you have people around you that love and care for you. You have a whole community, not just people. It's a community.
Shout out to the community, man.
Yeah.
By the way, also someone said I agree with that view too. Being alone definitely has its pros and cons, but I always say take that time for yourself to learn what you value, your likes and dislikes.
Like I literally speaking on to when you said like anxiety, a panic attack. Like I literally got to the point where it was like my palms would get shaky, my hands like get like you know what I mean, or I get in front of the person and I start stuttering over my words. But what we don't know is that people and environments can contribute to disorders. Like they can contribute to disorders to the point where they make it worse to the point where you never even felt this feeling, but now you are familiar to this feeling. And that was me. Like I was put in a position where it made me always feel anxious, where it was like I wasn't knowing what to expect. And now because of that situation, it consumed me low key to where like in my other interactions with people and things like that, I'm always anxious and nervous because I don't know what their response might be. But because of my mom, she's helped me be able to kind of reflect and talk to myself and be able to understand what it is that I'm about to do so that I can subside my emotions or sad feelings to kind of lock in real quick. And I think that's all what it's about. If you're able to, put on a smile when you really the smile is upside down, when you're really able to spread goodness, even when you're mad, even when you're sad, I feel like that's really what counts.
It's wild, Naya, because you just answered what a man is. That's what a man is.
I did.
That's what a man is. You just answered what a man is. We got to do that in order to move on. You know what I mean? As men, that's how we carry on. That's exactly the definition.
Somebody has a question for y'all, men, by the way. Men, have y'all seen the trend on TikTok where men called the men in their lives and said goodnight? What are y'all reactions to that, and how would y'all feel?
I know y'all probably on TikTok, so let me hear from y'all first. What y'all think?
Or y'all watch reels on Instagram. That still counts.
Sure.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I just be like, why are you calling me at? Like, I don't like. My first thought ain't, yo, this is so It's like, but you gonna die or something, bro? Like, are you okay?
I love it. That's real. I'm so dead, bro. That's how it be. I'm like,
That's
good.
Right. My homeboy Larry called me with that. He was like, yo, Philly, man, good night. I was like, you all right? When you start calling me good night?
Like, is this the last one or something? I'm confused.
Don't call me, call Jesus.
What you think, Jalil?
I think I'm getting attacked, but stop it. The trend, good night. I don't be on TikTok, but it would feel.
We ain't calling each other to say good night. We don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I just like I love you, but I ain't calling you, man. Like, I check on you.
All right, I'll meet you tomorrow. That's what I've been hearing.
You know what I was like? When you get out the car and your bro be like, hey, yo, text me when you get in the house. No, I'm not texting you. I got in the house. I'm good, man. Text me when you got in the house. I be like, I never text back.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I never do that. I mean, like, you got my location, bro.
No, my cousin had said it to one of my other cousins, and we were leaving, and he looked at him like, "What did you just say?" And then he said, "Nah, you're wild."
I'm dead. It's always that pause.
Yeah,
No did.
No did.
No. I want to read this quote really quickly because it's literally about what we've been speaking on. I love how everything's just connected and tied in too. But from Lisa K. Adams, she said, our society has allowed men to get away with the lack of emotional intelligence by equating the expression of a full range of human emotions with femininity. So it's not just the men's fault, it's society's fault because we basically haven't accepted them with talking about their emotions. So we fully can't blame them, but we have to make them take accountability on learning how to express emotions.
She 19 years old talking like this, man. That's crazy.
Ain't it?
She's 19, y'all, man. You boys, man, hold up. No.
Oh.
I just said hold up and I said back. I ain't even stop the clock. We ain't stopping the clock. How much more time we got?
We got until we finish. Yeah.
Oh, y'all bugging. We ain't gonna be here all night.
Until we finish.
It's the fact that we both look like we paused.
All right.
But let's say the next one.
I'm gonna read this real quick. One one of the biggest sources of stress for males is money, which can lead to anxiety, depression, or mental health problems. Men are expected by society to quietly carry this right. Okay.
100%. Get on Instagram any day right now, and all the chicks saying is, you better fly me out and buy me out and all this other stuff.
Oh, what's that one song? Lululemon. Like that. 'Cause that's crazy.
Okay.
All right.
Personally, I don't believe I believe it's financial independence. Not really for me, but for my family. Because if they financially stable, I'm straight. I can just have peace. That's how I feel. Don't talk to me. Peace.
All right. Before we get into this, you want to answer that question? What you think?
What was the question?
Why do you think men?
Why do men go to the doctors? So
Why don't
men go to the doctor? Because we scared. The same way we don't go to the courts because we scared. Like men, we don't play with the doctors. We don't play with the court.
So y'all basically saying
we gonna fix. Let God fix it.
to accept to accept your consequences and responsibility. Basically, run from it.
No, I'm reading what this said. Where they said, why don't men go to the doctors as often?
But you said
Because we're scared. Oh, so you saying we do? Oh, we run? Yeah, it's my coping mechanism.
yeah.
That's one of my coping mechanisms. But 99% of the men I know, we don't go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So it's crazy because you hit one of the last points, which is fear or denial. And it says the couple of reasons why men don't go to the doctors as often is because of cultural norms and social norms, discomfort or embarrassment, and health misinformation or the lack of time. Men be working so crazy, so hard that they forget, oh crap, I got 6 cavities, let me go to the dentist. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, it's crazy.
We can't afford to go to the dentist. Ain't that crazy? I can't afford to go get my knee fixed.
What?
No, I'm just saying that's men, and not me. No, I'm just saying in general,
Like-
money. It's money. So men can't afford to get their, some people can. It's like that's how it is being a man. It's like, yo, I can't afford that right now. I gotta take care of the family.
Well,
That's gotta wait.
a doctor said, Tisha Rowe, as a primary care doctor, I think the number one reason men don't go to the doctor is because of fear. They worry about bad diagnosis or a bad outcome. They see going to the doctor as a solution.
It does. We look at it as a death sentence. Because if you gotta go to the doctor, that's the last stop before you go in the. You know, I mean, this is some men. Now there are men who live very healthy lives and get checkups. They get the colonoscopies, all that stuff. But I'm just telling you why some men don't go. You know what I mean? And I could be put in that category because at one point in time I lived like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like I was scared. I didn't want the diagnosis, or it's like I don't got time for that because they need me to do this. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because females, or even myself, I wouldn't look at it in that perspective like that.
We would ask y'all, but y'all look for your mom most likely, and she makes sure y'all go to the doctor by either scheduling it for y'all or giving the call. Oh,
No?
no?
So you just don't go?
I don't go. I'm perfectly fine. I feel good. I work out. I eat well. I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
I am 19 years old in this body. Physically, mentally, I don't know.
You might, yeah. How long has it been since you've been to the doctors?
It's been a good time.
How long?
It's been a good time. Don't really remember.
Malachi.
I mean, I just turned 18, so my mom, she didn't take me to the doctor, so I got no say in that
I'm
one.
still 18. Like I'm 45, but the younger than me is like 18, 19. That's the one who came to Baltimore 27 years ago.
Really? Okay. Where you came from?
I came from Philadelphia. That's why everybody. Your father gave me the name Philly.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely talk. I don't know. You kind of do got a Baltimore accent. You kind of.
Yeah, it's a little mix. It's a mix now.
Yeah.
Like I still say Philly stuff, but I'm from Baltimore. I mean, I'm repping Baltimore.
Right.
I ain't gonna say I'm from here, but I love Baltimore. I've been Baltimore longer than most of the people who say they from Baltimore. I'm seriously 27 years. None of y'all 27 years old. That's almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, that is long.
That's a lot.
Oh, by the way, someone also asked, how do you guys, as men, suggest getting the black men in our lives to start getting more comfortable with the idea of the doctors? I'm going to the doctor.
Only way a black man go to the doctor is when his wife take him. Let's go.
That's crazy. I literally told somebody to go to the doctor. They said, take me. I went. Why am I
Because
taking?
we need you as our comfort.
Or you might have to trick them. Like, don't tell them that they're going to the doctor. Say we're going to go get food.
You know you got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
You gonna have to know you got that. They gonna call you, send you an email. Y'all suck. I'm sorry.
So some of the cultural norms that they say is the reason to why is emotional pain. That men are being dismissed and it's looked at as a weakness, or they see it just a private burden as going to the doctor. It's like, that's too much.
It is.
Having an appointment and going to go see if something's wrong with me, I feel fine. Whole time. You got a bone that's out of place or something. Like you gonna need a crouch or something soon. Like who knows? Like it'd be crazy.
I'm thinking about an A word.
A word?
Yeah. Attention. See, he smiled. He knows.
I did.
That's your boyfriend?
No.
Sorry, I'm like, you got her under control.
No, it's because
He goes to the military.
Hey, what branch of military you going to, yo?
I'm going to the Army.
You going to the Army, bro? What you going? So what they like? What are they going? What's your MOS? What they going to have you doing? What?
IT specialist.
IT specialist, bro. You about to get this paper. That's what you about to do. You about to get this money on. By the time you're my age, you're gonna be working for the government. Jan.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so remember what I said? Like we need like 2,000 or something. Like this. Like Malachi, I need your help. And you got me.
He know IT specialist. He gonna get my Instagram page back.
I got you.
All right, I'm hold you to that, Malachi.
Yeah, I got you.
what about our 2,000?
$2,000.
Yeah.
$2?
No.
$2,000. You keep on saying $2. We say 2,000 every time.
Dang, I'm a little deaf. What?
So you basically saying you don't got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
I can help. You give them $1, I will give them $1. I can help you on that.
Oh yeah. I like that.
I don't like this collab right here.
Y'all
It should be 1,000 and 1,000.
Y'all put us together for this. Yeah.
1,000 and 1,000.
But
Yeah, I like
you talking
that.
about shopping?
Might be.
Look at y'all. That's a woman's favorite thing to do.
Oh, we could go on a trip that we want.
Real shit.
Another trip like Puerto Rico.
Oh, y'all went to Puerto Rico?
For my birthday. Yep.
Yeah. Y'all, it's crazy because y'all still look like these little kids to me. Yo. I don't even see y'all going nowhere in Puerto Rico nowhere. You gotta ask your
By
mom.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy.
By ourselves.
We're just checking in, sending them pictures.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
All of that.
Right.
Let's get to the next slide. Yep. A bunch of fun. You was there for 5 days? 6.
Y'all got money.
And we did a whole layover where we had to stay
In Miami.
Yes.
For like
10.
10 hours.
Y'all stayed in the airport for 10 hours or did y'all
Yes.
go somewhere?
We stayed in the airport.
We started exploring. We went everywhere.
Yeah, but when we had to sleep, a beautiful black old lady
Gave us
came
blankets.
brought us all blankets.
Dang.
Yep. You know those little blankets that be in the bag for the carry-ons?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see them. So she's seen me because I'm just like fidgeting with my jacket and like fighting because I'm like, why did we decide to wear leggings?
I wore leggings too, and I was so happy I didn't wear no shorts. I was crying.
Yes. We planned to wear shirts because we were like, what if we could go out for a little bit? But once we seen that you can't come back, we're like,
Yeah.
Well, you can come back, but you got to go back to TSA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was
And we don't got time for that. It's 3, 2 in
No
the
boarding
morning.
pass. Yo, you sick.
So literally, she gave us one blanket. Once she gave me one blanket because everyone was asleep, I went and gave it to Jaden because Jaden was there. Then I went to Naya because she gave me another blanket. Give one to Naya. She gave me another blanket. Give one to our friend Lee. And then after that, she had no more blankets. She's like, you know what? I'll be right back. And gave me a blanket. Like,
And pillows.
yes,
The pillows.
and the pillows.
That's what's up.
So we're literally laying up. Nobody's in their whole
Airport.
gate with us
Mhm.
because they're in different gates and there's barely people here. And we're just like having fun, watching TV and all this, sleeping,
Breaking the stigma.
breaking the stigmas. You know we gotta do this because there is a lot of stigmas surrounding men, and we're gonna do myth or fact after we reveal one.
Myth or fact, a little game. Okay? And y'all boys, y'all have the same birthday.
We got to what?
Same birthday.
Who wants to do the first one?
I got to read something.
Yeah,
I can't see
you can do
that.
it first one.
I can't see that.
If a male is emotional or sensitive, he must be gay. Myth or fact?
Myth.
Okay. Yes. Why do you say myth? I always say think.
Why do I say myth? Because just because you cry don't mean you a girl. You know what I mean? Don't mean just because you emotional don't mean you soft. Just because I want to hug you don't mean I'm gay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's another way to just shut down men from expressing themselves.
And train them to basically be like robots. Wake up, brush your teeth, work, make money, come home, eat, take a shower, wake up, brush your teeth, go home, work. Like, yeah, that's a cycle.
Do y'all agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with him. I definitely agree with him.
It sound like you got it though.
All right.
Got that. He got that. I don't know. Don't touch me. You gay.
And my stepfather is a very hard worker. He works his tail off. But he still makes sure sometimes he meets up with his man and do his little thing. And one thing about my mom, she'll make sure dinner is great and good. Like, you know, they show a balance in the house. Like,
I love my male.
try to.
Emotional. I just want to hold him.
You want to know something about me? I used to be really weird with emotions. Like I was the type, like, if you tell me, like, what's wrong? Talk to me. I'll start crying automatically. Like, I'm going to start breaking down crying. Like, before I even get the words out, I'm start crying. Like,
Let me ask y'all, can a man be too soft with his emotion? Get too emotional with y'all? Like he's touchy feely, he's always sensitive. Would you consider that a soft man?
the type of person I am, like, I'm not like that. I never have been and dealt with someone like that, so I don't know how I feel. Like, I get cringed out very easily. Like, even when a person is crying, I might look like I don't know what to do. But I'm gonna start comforting, but I'm just like, you can tell by my facial expressions, and I think that's like a little con to me sometimes. You could read everything on my face. So like, I'm a little awkward. I might start laughing. I might be a little like weirded out, but men, for the most part, my brothers, they communicate to me, and it's easy. It's easy. Like even when I first meet a guy, and this might be bad or it might be something as a female that contributes to this stigma, but like I be thinking men are very I think men are being manipulative when they're overly sharing their feelings. That's what I be thinking.
That's
Like, I feel like it's a tactic to like
get you.
yeah,
soft. Just get in your heart.
and that's not the person's fault. It's not my fault either. Like, I'm a person that kind of has trust issues, so it's like I really have to scope and observe before I properly give my comfort. You know, because I've had people take advantage of, hey, person I'm a comforter. I'm a lover. I'm gonna try to cheer you up, motivate you. You know, and people when they see you're like that, they'll purposely make a situation for you to be like that and start like training yourself to low-key start overcompensating. And that's what I like. That's why I look at it that way. And it kind of makes me feel bad because it's a stigma I low-key have about men. You know? And I still hear men out, but it definitely is. I'm not gonna lie, those are one of the stigmas that I have.
You still gonna think the way you're gonna think. What's the other stigma?
Wait 1 second. I agree with what you said, especially because I've actually seen some males around me that will they'll not all, but some of them will really play with all these different females, and I've seen it
and really pour their heart out,
and then literally turn around to you and their boys and be like, "You see, I still got them on the hook."
Or I'm not gonna lie, there's been a couple males in my life that I saw do that, and I'm like, bro, you really took the time out your day to say all this, to portray one way and really be another,
But also, like I said, I do like my man emotional, so I don't even care.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Literally, but let's go to the next stigma.
Jaleel, you got this one.
Yeah. What?
They are just going to leave and get the milk. I wonder who thought about this one. I'm gonna say false on this.
I'm not gonna lie. This has been like the. Nah.
You said myth or fact?
I think I'm lying.
Oh, myth.
I was about to say we don't do false.
I'm
Okay, why do
really
you-
loving this show, y'all.
Sometimes they just want to leave and get the milk. Why do you say myth?
She bugging.
Because if I'm a leave,
She bugging out. They just want to leave. Go ahead, man.
if I'm a leave, I'm not coming back with milk.
Okay.
What? So where did you take the milk?
I drunk it on the way back home to you. To all of you people that needed
See
milk.
how quick you came with that lie? You didn't even go to the store, lying. Like,
And then he said he's just gonna leave.
I'll be back though, eventually.
How long?
Malachi?
Hey, I say this is a myth. I definitely say this is a myth. There's a lot of fathers in men's and women's lives, and I can contest it. My homeboy, his father's in his life, so he ain't gonna get no milk. He came back with me. He definitely came back with me.
No, he said he didn't go get milk, but he came back.
I left. Never came back. I'm lying.
Okay, that's
Why
No,
is
my
that
my father did though, but he came back though.
Yeah,
After a
kid.
while. I
Yeah,
got 5 children.
But you didn't do that. You broke the generational curse.
I did.
Boom.
Trust him.
Boom.
when I'm on the phone with my dad, he said every time he's about to hang up and he wants to play, you know what? I'm gonna go get the milk. I gotta see you later.
I'm gonna go get the milk.
That's funny.
By the way, someone said just because you're emotional doesn't mean you're soft. I agree also. Like 100%.
Okay.
Let's go
Another
to
time, we got the third one.
let's go to the third one. Go ahead.
Men are naturally aggressive or violent. I'll say that's false. That's definitely false.
It's false.
That's true.
It's false. It's false.
Bro, that's true, bro. Stop.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Bro. Think
But
about
you
it.
get
Think
the
about it.
army and they put that spray in your eye. You gonna get aggressive. Guys.
Maybe changes.
That's because you pervert you made them mad. That's not me being aggressive out my way. That's like me not going out my way to be aggressive.
I feel like naturally men do carry an aura of like, not I'm gonna beat everybody up, but damn.
Don't play with me. Respect me. So I think y'all confusing.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think they're confusing fear and all that other stuff with respect.
Yeah.
We just demand respect as men. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say we're violent. I would say for real, looking at the internet, women are more violent and aggressive.
100%.
100%.
Nah, that's because of baddies.
Yeah, baddies. You don't see no men outside of boxing and wrestling getting in a room and just beating each other.
Y'all not doing that on camera.
No.
Y'all doing it off
Cause
camera.
you gonna get smoked.
Exactly. And then we gonna shake afterwards.
We shake afterwards.
Nowadays, it's no hands. I'm gonna catch you when I catch you. That's the aggression. Like,
Get
Hold
you
up,
out
did
of
they
here.
just say agree with him that women are more abusive?
Yes.
I
When we
think-
do
no, no,
it,
no.
we're not gonna record it. We're gonna do it and
as a
shake hands.
female,
Hold up. We're gonna what?
We gonna fight, duel it out. We're not gonna record this, and afterwards we're gonna shake hands and call it a day. We
no.
still respect each other
no,
that way.
Today, y'all men will shake hands and then go plot behind her back. I have saw that. But a female,
What? A female do the same thing. Stop playing.
no.
Yeah,
female,
what's up?
We're doing 10 times worse.
no.
Yeah, for real.
A female says, where you at now? I'm gonna catch you now. Pull
Yeah,
up
that's
now.
the monkey.
And it carries to the next day and the next day.
We physically.
Y'all are plotters.
Now we physically. We are physically reprimanding women. Y'all emotionally reprimand. So y'all talking, it's like y'all slapping us. You know what I mean? So
True. That is
shout out to
very
y'all.
true.
All right.
What?
I said shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought he was about to say shout out.
Y'all getting hostile right now. Y'all getting
No,
hostile
I'm
right
not gonna lie. I'm not an aggressive female, but like, if I know you, I'm a physical person. I won't say aggressive, but I'm physical. Like, if I'm laughing, I might push you. You said something, no, I'm like, bro, what? Like, I might push you. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not
Listen, she
violently.
her hand.
It's not a violently aggressive, but it's like when I get to know you, I'm a physical person. But it's weird because I'm a physical person when I get to know you. But like, if I'm crying, don't hug me. That's weird. Like if, so like you know, I'm like it's I don't know. Like it's a I'm half and half with physical touch. That's why when you said like a man that's like overly emotional and
Sensitive.
no, a man can be sensitive, but like, bro, like you're a man, you shouldn't. If I say this,
you know what I'm saying? What I should? You're a man. You shouldn't what? You're a man. You shouldn't what?
I
You know what I'm saying? Society says we gotta be what they say.
No, you don't have to be what I say you are. But I feel like as you being misgender, I feel like if I say this word, as you growing up the way you have, you should not be easily affected by some words as a man. From a female.
Why would you say that?
And
Because y'all heard this the most. Your words are like your tongue is like a sword. You can say anything and hurt a man's ego.
I think that's true, but it's
doing.
Also, y'all go for the final blow.
As a female,
You know you be doing it too, and he walk away all like, yo, that's petty.
wait, what?
you dealt the final blow.
Like y'all would say something super crazy and out of pocket, and then you just sitting there.
That's
like,
true, but that's why I said it's levels to it. If I'm just talking to you as a person, as a female, and you are a man, and I'm telling you I don't like that you're doing something, you shouldn't be breaking down crying in front of my face. Like, I'm
See what
sorry.
I'm saying? You do that though.
I
do that though.
I do not do that.
Mean?
No, I don't do that. I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? I'm letting you know you're doing something
yelling.
I don't like.
She's starting to yell.
No.
And when they yell, that's when
No, because men don't understand. Females do communicate. Y'all just don't be hearing it. Like I have had
no, it's not that we don't hear
Y'all
it.
not direct.
Even a man that you would like us to be receptive of.
receptive in a way. Saying receptive in a way is just like saying doing basic things. But if I'm saying you're hurting my feelings by doing this, as a man, it should be nothing. It goes both ways.
A man ain't gonna hurt you.
It goes both ways. You should acknowledge my feelings just the same way as a woman. I'm acknowledging your feelings.
Okay, Kendra.
You should acknowledge mine.
No,
And when I acknowledge my feelings and your feelings, why are you crying?
I'm gonna tell you like
I'm
this.
just telling you I don't like you're doing something. Why are you crying?
Who's crying that you told
as
me?
a female, a man telling me he's telling me I don't like something. What is that you don't like? Well, I didn't mean to do it this way. Well, I did do it that way, and it is like that's the type of female I am. I'm a cry when something hurts my feelings. When it's something being said about
you
me.
said you did do something. I did. I did it. That's how you carry it.
That's how it is. What it is. I'm not about to cry in your face. Like I'm not gonna
Kendra, how
cry.
you feel about this topic? Kendra?
Yeah, she way off the top. She went there. She got a whole other bag. I thought.
No, because you said. You said. See, that's the stigma right there.
Yeah, because you was pointing it out. You just pointed it out.
And I try to break it down that there's levels to it. It's not just as a man, oh, you shouldn't be crying. As a man, if a female is coming to you and telling you to fix something, why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying.
Now, that's a manipulative move.
Exactly.
If somebody doing that, that's a manipulative. But it's okay to cry, fellas. Don't feel like you can't.
Okay.
It's okay to cry, but it's not okay to. It's not okay to not accept accountability, to victimize yourself, cry, and stuff like no. As a man, you shouldn't be doing that. That is a female trait, in my opinion.
And I just want to say, because I never got to say, yeah, I'm not one of the violent females. Okay, so what did you say?
Something inside of me said lies immediately. It wasn't me. Something came out.
I don't know why you said lies. That must be spirits. What if female would do the same thing? Stop playing. Y'all are hilarious. And someone also said, I honestly, I feel like you don't actually grow up violent and aggressive. Y'all don't think that's a belief installed into boys. So that's who they have to be, right?
I think it's both.
Then why portray that character?
I think it's both. Boys, they don't play with Barbie dolls. Boys play with wrestling men and slam each other down and stuff like that. That's already aggressive. Boys like to play with Nerf guns. It's a gun. That's aggressive. They're shooting each other. That's aggressive. Men like to play basketball and football and throw each other, slam each other. That's already aggressive.
And some males like to play wrestling in real life without the dogs.
It don't have to be
and some females like shooting guys with water guns and Nerf guns. Like I'm speaking on both sides now.
I don't know. I feel like y'all both being attacked.
Yeah, I feel like y'all attacking.
I don't know what they're talking about. There's no proof or video footage of, and it was like females and males.
I think we should go to Instagram.
All right, number 49.
Okay, what's the fourth one?
Men can't be victims.
False.
I'm trying to think of that. I think that's definitely false.
That's definitely false. Because we
Myth
all
on this play.
False.
the system for one, all of us, each and every one of us. But let's just talk about men. We are victims. You know what I mean? But the thing is, don't continue to be victimized. And don't continue to stay in the mindset of a victim. Because if you do, you'll never win. You always cry and whine. You're going to lose girls like Naya and Kendra.
Yeah, don't lose girls like Naya and Kendra.
Right.
Yeah, don't lose this aggressive females in front of us.
Oh, this is what makes us aggressive. We don't like things being placed on our characters. We don't.
Y'all place everything on our character. What is she talking about, woman? No, that's not.
I do that. Like,
Oh, God.
How many questions we got? Okay, just 4?
yeah,
God.
No, I'm talking about
But yeah,
no, we don't
Five,
know
six,
answer
seven.
those. We
all right. So then the fifth stigma:
This is getting good.
real men don't care about fashion, grooming, or self-care,
Oh.
or truth.
super myth.
Myth.
Plum.
I think that's a myth too. I know a couple men that don't play about their hygiene. And I'd be like, yeah, I really admire that. Like, I like that. Like, that's how it should be. Like, I like men that are very like structured and moralized. Like, you stand for something, so you won't go for everything. You have to structure so that you're kept in place, and like stuff like that. It's like you're being a role model. You're being a leader. You're modeling like stuff like that. I don't know. I think a man knows to take care of himself and knows for himself and for females. No,
That's
that's
the
no.
one we get.
Yeah, I say myth too, because I personally enjoy grooming. I enjoy it. It gives me a sense of relief to shave. I enjoy it.
I'm dead.
I agree with that though, especially because I have my cousins, right? Meanwhile, you know how they say women take long, we do sometimes.
Wait, somebody said that's a myth. Do you see the men on TikTok nowadays? For real. They up at 4 a.m, drinking sparkling water, shampooing their face, conditioning their head. I'm like, trying to do like that.
But like I was saying, I agree because my cousins, listen, they say women take long. We do sometimes, but I would literally be trying to use the mirror. My cousin in the mirror picking out his hair. He already did it, picking out his hair, putting on all this cologne, put on the whole bottle basically.
$1 million for cologne.
I'm dead.
Make sure he has his essential on. He has to make sure everything look nice. His fit. Ask me for a pair of shoes. Like, pick which one. And he'll pick the opposite because he's like, nah, don't go with the hoodie. I gotta wear the hoodie. I'm like, but it's hot. But I gotta wear the hoodie.
I don't understand men in the hoodies in the heat, bro. That's a different type of.
Yeah, I don't understand the females with hoodies in the heat either. It's weird. Summertime wearing sweatpants, hoodies. It's wild out here.
All right, let's go to number.
Sometimes they gotta wear the hoodies because they didn't get their hair
Oh
done.
wait, Malachi, did you answer? Malachi, did you answer this question?
Oh yeah, it's false. No, definitely false.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh yeah, definitely false.
I was about to say, we definitely gotta hear you.
I was gonna say, would you like to go around smelling and stuff? You quiet, so maybe you feel like, oh nah, they all said you gotta smell good. Let me quiet. So,
Nah, definitely. I like to groom myself. I like to do face wash. I like to make sure my pores are straight. Y'all miss me with that one. Maybe a different dude, but y'all miss me.
Myth. Okay, guys. Myth or fact? A male's worth is tied to his income or his job. Is that true or false?
That's a myth. You gonna try to worst me? You gonna look at all my businesses? That's a myth.
I say 50.
I feel like that is a true stigma. It's not true,
I think it's true too.
but it's a true stigma.
Yeah, it's a true stigma.
I don't think a man's worth should be to how much money he has for a job, but I think that definitely contributes heavily.
That's a big factor.
I think he's trying to
society does.
because you have a job and
What are you
he
talking about,
doesn't,
man?
and then
But look, some people for their life,
they find other
this
ways.
is my life as a woman. I've created myself as a boss. And I don't want a boss man because I won't be able to see my boss man all the time. Like, I know how it is for myself. And who's going to watch our kids and take care of the house?
You sound like your mother.
He can do that.
You sound like your mother.
He can do that. So that is our balance. And a female that is okay with that and knows that her husband is handling half of it while she handles half of it. Whatever fits your life, you do it. Like that's what I just think. You know what I mean? There's housemen, there's housewomen. Whatever fits their life, that people should just do it.
Okay.
Forget the stigma.
I understand that, but for me, with my man, yeah. Now he was hated earlier. I had to just a little bit, just a
Who was
little
I
bit.
hating? I was never hating.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
No. Just because I'm not in a relationship, I don't be hating.
anyway,
I hate the bad stuff.
anyway, with me and my man, literally, I'll be like busy. I can't go outside. I don't want to do anything. I am tired. You know, we just come over here. We can cook real quick, and then we get both work together. I'm like, you know what? That's actually a smart idea. If someone can work with you while you're working, and then it's the perfect schedule, because then when y'all both get off,
Y'all the devil.
yeah.
No, y'all dope because nowadays women ain't thinking like that, bro. They
Like what?
thinking like 50-50. They want 100, 200.
It just depends. If I meet you, bro, and you have a bomb personality, you're not no bottom feeder where you just want to eat off of me. No, you're gonna pick up your plate. I don't care about how much money you could bring to me. If when I need it, you're able to help me or do whatever it needs to be done. It shouldn't matter if we're both okay and we're good. If I'm happy with the life I have and I love my job and making this money, who's to say I gotta work my whole entire life? Who knows? My man could be at home right now building a business, so that by the time that business stuff, I could stop working and my man got it all, and I could be the house mom. It don't matter. Like I don't know. I feel like society has definitely placed that weird norm onto men, but I feel like that's the con, and that's how people are going to go wrong. You keep looking into love for money, you're not genuinely going to find love, because what you're looking for is that money and how much money. So it don't matter on who the person, it just matters how much money.
All right, and Malachi, can you read the next one?
All men want is sex. False.
I feel like go 50-50.
No. Today's society, that's true, but in real life, no, that's a myth. It's a bull.
What about in this generation?
Well, I'm not in.
I feel like it's 50-50. Like you can find some really good dudes. Like it's always like a 50-50 for everything.
Yeah, like
I-
us.
Like I personally, me and my girl, like I just like it if we just sit there and we just look at each other for a while. Like I can just imagine. But some other dudes, they be like, "Oh yeah, bro, I just cracked this girl yesterday."
That's crazy.
Okay, like what you telling me?
Somebody that on here?
I ain't say the other words.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. That is crazy work, because I used to hear that all the time when I was in a relationship. My person's homeboys saying crazy stuff. And my thing is, a person that's in a relationship, you shouldn't hang around people with those type of mindset, right? Because you are bound to end up in situations like that, right? Meaning, if you're around single friends, you go out with single friends. You will be seeing single people. You will be out there with them single people, and more time than likely, if everybody else clicking up, this person gonna think you single too, want to click up with you. So I feel like that stigma is go 50-50.
Wait, but can you?
I want to go back to what you said earlier, Night.
Wait, what did I say earlier?
I want to go back to what you said earlier about accountability. It don't matter who you hang around. It matters you take accountability.
You said what?
When you have a woman that you love and your friends are single, accountability is I got one man on my game.
All over me. I need to hit that point. What is it?
All a man wants his back.
No, that's what women think we do, because we're led by the physical and y'all led by the emotion. See, it's the physical that attracts us, but it's the emotion that keeps us. So it's not always about sex. You understand what I'm saying? Women say that because that's the only thing y'all can offer. Y'all don't offer us nothing else outside of
society. That's
gave us nothing.
I'm not gonna say y'all, but a lot of women out there don't offer anything else besides sex. So that's why they say all you want is the last thing I got to offer. This the prize. That's going to be the prize you get for taking her to state 48, for taking her out, for buying her clothes, getting her hair done, getting her nail. That's the prize? No. Man or jammer, you can keep that. I go pay $40 and be good.
All right.
That's sad, but it's the true reality. I guess a lot of females don't understand that.
And
But pause. Men talking about it's the emotional part that keep them. But if men aren't even able
Yo,
to,
man.
if
Don't
men,
say men.
if
Oh,
men,
wait a minute.
if
You
men,
haven't dated all men.
if men,
You have not dated all men. So you
if
can't say
men
that.
aren't able
some
It's
males.
coming from. Hey, wait a minute.
properly communicate their emotions and are able to properly, have a conversation just about
You picked
emotions.
them though. So you should be mad at
Then-
yourself.
No.
You
How do
picked them.
you fully know a person unless you get to know them?
You see the red too
Never
fast.
Pause. When you first meet a person, they're going to show you what they think you want to see
Right.
from the jump.
And then when the first time you see something that you don't like, why don't you address it and get away from it?
The
No,
first
you let
time-
it go right in the
No, because a lot of times how you're saying it don't go that way. When you first meet a person, you try to give them the benefit of the doubt by properly asking them or telling them, I don't like this, so fix it. You probably give them 2 chances for it. And then the third time, it gets to the point where you're starting to see the pattern, the behavior, and that this is just this person.
Can I say that you allowed it? Because you allowed
Yes,
it the
you
first
can.
time?
You can, but as a person, you would say that's messed up that you didn't give them the chance to understand who you are and your boundaries and move accordingly, right? So if it goes 50-50, you got to get the person that
Hey,
learn you as a person.
She's emotionally intelligent, fellas. I like
can I be an ally for a second? Hold on. I'm be an ally on both parts. Can we all agree there's a difference between boys, men, and girls and women? Because a lot of women over the age of 21, they thinking with a girl mentality. Like, what can that man offer me? How we can build together. Same thing with a man. Same thing with a boy. No, I was right. Same thing with a man that's over the age of 21 thinking, okay, I only want her for her body. That's thinking like a boy. You gotta understand the difference of that. That's my part.
And that's true. And I feel like a lot of times people don't move into a relationship with intention. They just move. And a lot of the times when they just move, it becomes just for the moment. And you're not planning, you're not being purposeful to what it is you want and how you want to shape your relationship. And I feel like that's a lot of the issue with this generation.
Right.
There we go. I agree.
Society, depending on what the man wants throughout life. Right. That's
The last one, Philly, read this last one.
Real men don't cry. True or false? Go ahead, Jalil. Tell me how you feel about that, Lil.
That's false for me. That's false for me personally. Because if I'm gonna cry like a man, and I'm gonna do it.
As you should.
I like Lil. Yo, he said I'm gonna cry like a man, and I'm gonna do it.
You gonna take your glasses off?
And pick your head back up, get through it.
100%. We gonna do what we gotta do and keep it moving.
Okay. Hey, Malachi, what you think, Malachi?
I believe it's false. Like, of course, there's a time and place I'm gonna cry, but like, yo, I'm definitely gonna cry if I need to.
Have y'all ever got to the point of like y'all 3 right here? Y'all ever cried or recently to the point where it was just like,
Hell yeah. I did that. That's what I had the panic attack, the anxiety attack. And I guess when I was coming down, that's what I was going through. And, but it felt good to get that out because it's all the stuff that I've been holding in. You know what I mean?
okay.
I feel like I got no more tears to shed.
Okay.
Every time we try us, when we lose our people, we gangsters out here. Well, listen, once again, this is Youth Voice Podcast. Big shouts out and thank you to Youth as a Resource for sponsoring the Youth Voice Podcast. Make sure y'all follow them on YouTube, Instagram, all that tech, all the way into the brand, man. Hit that like button right about now. And if y'all watching this right now, click it, smash it. It's for the kids, man.
And y'all can put the comments.
100%. And Youth as Resources will make sure your dream can come to reality.
Yeah. How to support men's mental health. So it says normalize the conversation, create safe spaces, encourage therapy or counseling, challenge toxic masculinity, and build brotherhood and community. What do y'all think it means to challenge the toxic masculinity?
What we doing right now, coming together and speaking on the true against the false.
Period. At least y'all know. Okay? So, as y'all 3 boys right here, building brotherhood, men, sorry, as you men, building brotherhood in community. What do y'all think about that? As y'all hear building brotherhood.
It's essential. It's what I do every day. It's
Same here.
1118 Holland Street, Yucca Tap, all the way into the brain. It's nothing but brother and sisterhood down there. You
Yep.
understand?
Come back, dream big inferno.
Vision, finance, we led by creativity, and the love for one another, man. So yeah, stick together, stay together.
Malachi?
It's necessity. It's really a necessity. Like, you don't know. You might guess who you are. Somebody can really tell you, like, yo, bro, this is a really good path. Like, this who you could be. Like, this who you really could become. You could strive to be better. Like, we really need that. It's a necessity.
Is that what you feel with Avery?
Yeah, Avery was one of my was like it's like one of my like as like even though like I'm teaching him, like he's one of my most, I guess he's like a model to me, because it's like he's actually taking the time to actually learn how to do things that I do. And even though he's following behind me, it's like, really, how could you follow behind somebody about your age, even though they're basically doing the same thing like you? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna come along with the ride with you. Like, it's true brotherhood with him right then and there.
Okay. So I want to read. Well, Jalil, did you say what you thought about it?
Oh yeah, I said a little bit earlier, but I'm just that's what I do every day, because I dream big inferno. I make sure my guys see it more than just a place where you can go, a safe space. I make sure it's more like a family, a lifeline, guidance, and support. You support me, I support you. We support each other as a community. That's the inferno.
Right. And then I just want to say these talking points really quickly before we get into the next slide, because they say this is how you challenge the toxic masculinity. Start educating yourself, emotional literacy, call it out, like Philly said. Actually being able to express how you feel builds the strength. Celebrate healthy masculinity. Repeat, reinforce, and refine, because we're always still learning and elevating. So let's get into this next slide.
Okay, so the next slide. Symptoms and signs to watch for. Some of them could be bad hygiene, challenges in sleep patterns, challenges in appetite or weight, and sometimes they be either they're working out too much because they don't want to feel the pain. They don't want to remember a lot of stuff. Or it could be just they don't feel like eating because everybody goes through the same thing. It's just tweaked a little bit. You don't really hear from males when it comes to that. Also, unexpected guilt or shame and increased use of substance, especially in this generation.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys feel like you have dealt with any of these things before? Y'all, what y'all think? Y'all want to go first? Have y'all,
I know for a fact I work out to escape people and escape my real life. That's what I do for being in general.
Shoot, I play the game to escape, like, or I just sit down and read the Bible. That's all I do. Like, that's my only way of escaping, like, to actually talk to myself and learn something.
So you talk to yourself out loud?
You said what?
You talk to yourself out loud?
I do low key. I be looking
Nothing
crazy.
wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
I be looking crazy on the streets.
And I'd be like, oh my gosh, like if people saw me, they would be like, oh, something's wrong with this girl. Because I really be having a conversation with myself, like, you tripping.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Like,
no, I'm saying, like, me, I create. That's the my escape. It's always been since I was a kid. It was either drawing and creating something, whether it's in music, whether it's in media, any type of anything. Any way I can express myself jokingly, if I was performing, like, these are the things I use. The things that I do now as a passion, that started out as a hobby, now it's my passion and my goals. Those are the things I do to escape.
Okay. And then we also have why men act out or show off. Mm-hmm. Do y'all have any reasons why y'all think some do?
Ego. It's our ego. Okay. It's bigger than our shoe size.
Mm-hmm. I think pride too. Like, you know how some people be like, nah, I gotta be the last to do this. I gotta be to prove this or prove that. I feel like a lot of men, I say this, I'm not a man, but I say this because I have a little brother, and he has literally said it, his pride.
It is. You ain't lying.
He's 14. He said it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, be my pride. And I'm like, bro, remember what mommy said? Like, you can't let words get to you. If you told me my bones, the words will never hurt. And
Words trigger.
Yes.
words trigger, but they cannot physically hurt me unless I'll allow them to. Right? You can't always give a reaction because sometimes that is what a person is looking for. And sometimes there are crazy people out there that likes to get beat up and beat on. Yes, they are asking for it, meaning like,
Quick mouth.
yeah, like, or they want to get into a fight. So they're agitating people, they're triggering people. You know what I mean? So yeah, those type of things I feel like is why men need that.
But I especially agree with you a little bit with that. But what I'm really saying, because we definitely do have like it's proven their manhood, and also lack of healthy outlook, less trying to mask loneliness or low self worth, social and cultural pressures like your friends or the like culture that you take in from your family. Also, guys who are loud or funny, regardless, get attention by doing it.
It's our way. It's our way to try out, though. You know, anything you think why a man doing this, doing that, is because that's what he's doing to get it. I don't just want to say attention, but that's our cry out. That's our way of saying, look at me, not just pick me, but look at me too. I'm somebody too. You know, but some people go overboard and it becomes toxic, and it becomes what you guys see called as showing off or acting out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Lil, how do you feel? Jilla.
I personally feel that's a good topic actually. I cannot think of opinion at this moment. I do feel like a lot of times it's something you got to prove to yourself, not really proving to others, but society think, oh, you just try and prove it to everybody else that you got this, but really you trying to figure out what's wrong with yourself. That's all it is for me.
Malachi, what's up?
I feel like it's especially on the guys who are loud or funny to get attention. I feel like that's like the most known to me because when I was in middle school, I didn't know how to really fit in, so I did a lot to like push myself out there to make myself notice, to make myself more cooler than I actually was. And I was like, and I came to realize like that's not who I was. It was what I tried to show instead of who I actually want to become and who I want to be.
Right. Okay. We can go ahead and put this.
All right.
So
we have some resources and helplines actually for this, guys, because it's still important. Make sure you also reach out to your peers. Make sure you reach out to your families, your friends, significant others, because sometimes you don't never know. You either need to talk to them because it feels so much better when you speak to someone, or they might have needed to reach out and they didn't have a chance.
right. And y'all remember we're really fun. We got everything free. We're gonna make sure we give you guys these resources that you don't feel like, oh my god, where do I start? You start right here. We've given it to you. Now just make the effort and try it out. We are also helping 5 young men or older men do 3 months of therapy for free, and we are paying for it. So we have these sites right here for you guys to tap into, pick and choose what you feel is fitting for you, and reach out to us that this is the place, clinic, person that you have chosen, and we will make sure that Sika Youth Voice Podcast supports you guys in this time.
Right.
Y'all had your time, man. Y'all had your time, man.
So
We have help for one other resource.
yep, therapy for men.
We also have Mind Wealth Center.
Black men, sorry, therapy for black men.org.
Like I said, Mind Wealth Centers, also a community-based walk-in counseling service in over 50 cities. Talk Mind program, free 24/7 chat with certified mental health counselors. We have a mental wellness hub, access guided meditation, live wellness webinars, and self-care trackers. And Inner Balance intake offers therapy subsides for employees and families. And then thank y'all. And let's continue to check in on our mails. They need it just as much as we do. Please follow us at Sicka USA or Sicka Youth Voice. And check us out on YouTube and Spotify.
Thank you guys. We love having y'all, Jaleel and Malachi, and it was so great.
And don't forget to rate how well the
comment and like.
Bye.